There are rebuilding projects, and there's what the Astros are doing. An unprecedented, burn the house down overhaul. There are innovative front offices, and there's Houston's. A nerd cave, led by a former blackjack dealer turned rocket scientist. Can it work? By October 2017, it might seem silly to ask. These are Ben Reeder's words in his article in Sports Illustrated in June 2014 when he predicted the Astros World Series championship. Right after they got done losing 111 games. As an Astros fan, I'm here to tell you what it is that makes the Astros World Series ring so important to us. How this ring compares to all other championship rings. It just pales in comparison to the Astros fan. CardboardConnection.com, speaking of the World Series, talks about it like this. The 1903 Boston Red Sox beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. They did not receive a World Series ring. It was more customary in those times to receive things like lapel pins or say a watch. It wasn't until 1922, when the New York Giants won the World Series, that the first World Series ring was handed out. And it was simple. It was a single diamond, and it was customized to the player. But it opened the door for this practice to the NBA, to the NHL, and to other sports, the NFL. Olivia Waxman, in her article in Time magazine entitled Super Bowl Rings Just Keep Getting Bigger, speaking of Super Bowl rings, said that Super Bowl one ring in 1967 had one diamond. The Super Bowl 51 ring for 2017 had 283. That's a lot of diamonds. And they've obviously evolved from one ring to so many. So what makes our ring so special? What ties it to the fan? And that can be summed up in two words, and those words are Hurricane Harvey. The Gulf Coast, to include the Houston area, was hit by an unprecedented amount of rain. It devastated the city, and it really brought the fans and the team together because we were all in it together. The players had obviously moved here, but their fans were in places, or their families lived in places like Puerto Rico, some of these guys. So we were all in it together. They wore patches on their chests that said Houston Strong, and they pounded on that chest, and they pounded on that Houston Strong, and it tied us all together. So Jostin, speaking of this ring, on their website, said that it's when the pieces come together, history can be made. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about that history and about how those pieces come together. The iconic Houston Astros logo, the H, is made from 11 custom cut baguettes, and it's encircled by 101 single diamond stones. Those 101 stones signify the 101 regular season wins, and the 11 baguettes represent the 11 postseason wins. And when you put the two together, you have the 112 wins that the Astros acquired on their road to the World Series victory. Now, on either side of the open side of the ring, there are an orange or blue sapphire, and those are special because they signify that the Houston Astros are the only team in baseball history that has won a pennant on both the American League and in the National League. Now, one side of the ring, the banner Houston Strong is inlaid in gold, and it rests over the top of the Commissioner's Trophy, which is rising up from Minute Maid Park. And inside the trophy is one single solitary stone, and that stone represents the Astros' first World Series win. On the other side of the ring is where the player gets his pat on the back. His number is inlaid in diamonds, and his name in gold. But what's special to me about that side of the ring is that the left field Crawford box wall is lifting up the city of Houston, which is also inlaid in gold. Just like the Astros lifted up the city, and just like the fans lifted up the Astros. Now let's bear in mind, these guys had just lost 111 games 3 years prior. These guys rose from the ashes like phoenixes, and they carried the fans on their shoulders. And it's this ring that ties it all together. In fact, it's what's inside the ring that counts, because the Astros' victories over the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are detailed inside the ring. And the band on the inside of the ring says earned history. So whenever an Astros player reaches out to shake someone's hand, they can see that this Astros player has earned their place in Astros history and in the history in the heart of the fans. And to summarize, intrinsically, on collector markets, this ring is almost devalued in that it was almost mass-produced. There were almost 2,200 of these made. But that was so that they could be given to the grounds crew, so that they could be given to hot dog vendors, anybody that had anything to do with this championship, and so that they could get them out to the fans. In fact, the ownership also has been doing everything they can to get the trophy out to mattress firms, to burger joints, and to bars, so that they can get it out to the fans. And that's why this means so much to us, because it's our championship. Thank you.